if you're gonna name a project or really anything you do after somebody that brought you into the world, it's a pretty high bar to set, and you better hope that whatever you do not only meets but kind of exceeds the expectations you're hoping in. I mean, can really only pay respect to the person that brought you here if you have a good relationship with them. Now, I believe Kanye West achieved that in 2021 with the release of his album Donda. I mean, the deluxe, if you want, as well, because those got some good tracks too. Specifically, Life of the Party, which came out like a little bit after Donda released, because in 2021, Kanye West released Donda. Donda being the name of his mother, late mother, who passed away. Ah, gosh, I'm not gonna get the year right, so I'm not even gonna try. But passed away some time ago, some years ago. But um, there was a lot of rollout to the album. There was a lot of hype. There was a lot of pushback dates. There was a lot of you know uh, concerts being thrown beforehand for like a what was it called, a listening party sort of thing. I'm not gonna say he started listening parties. That's ridiculous. But the hype around like a listening party was super insane at that time. But Kanye West's 10th studio album, Donda, again named after his mother, was definitely a point in time. I think it was a screenshot of the time at the moment. At the time at the moment, what the hell? No, but in 2021, I mean, it's obvious to say it's kind of run out now. I kind of roll my eyes whenever anyone mentions COVID. It's like 5 years ago now. It's insane. It's insane to think about, but no, it's 5 years ago now. So anytime anyone even like mentions COVID, like I kind of roll my eyes. But it was definitely like a time we can't avoid it. Like it's definitely a stain on the timeline of Earth, so we have to like sort of acknowledge it. And during a time of like a lot of, I think it's fair to say, confusion, like a really dark time. I think Kanye sort of emerged from the ashes like a phoenix and was like, you know what, everyone is sort of like in this darker sort of mourning I guess period. And I don't want to see like capitalize off of it. That's ridiculous. And like this album was probably going to come out either way. But I mean, with like as much isolation that was going on and like a time of like insane reflection, it doesn't really come to a surprise to me that Kanye decided to, you know what I mean, get like all these emotions really pent up and like seemingly in one place. And I'm sure there's a lot of family stuff that was going on because like him and Kim had separated. And there was like, I think like stuff going on with like Pete Davidson and Kim like getting like a new boyfriend and stuff like that. And like yeah, there was like just a ton of shit going on. There's always something going on with Kanye, but specifically like in that time, the culture was sort of uh, like kind of against him again. And his like new wife that he found that was like going around dressing very like transparently, and people were getting upset about that as well. And yeah, Kanye just always seems to be in the, I just realized that I had a hat as well, but shout out Hive Mind. I guess I'll wear it for the rest of it now. It's kind of, I put this in the wash and then I dried it and I put it in the dryer. I shouldn't have done that. It shrunk and that doesn't kind of fit me, so I'm kind of mad. But um, yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was talking about. Um, I gotta stop going on. I gotta stop going on tangents, man. I talk about one thing and I go nuts, man. I don't understand it. It's like I'm walking in one path and I see a fork in the road, and all of a sudden I forget which path I am. I can't follow the yellow brick road anymore. I'm red green colorblind. Does that affect yellow vision? I feel like red green colorblind affects yellow vision. I don't know why that seems like a fact, but Donda. Yeah. Sorry, I had to. I'm wearing black in honor of Donda, but yeah, I don't think. I think in general, Kanye has always been sort of in the light and if not for one reason or another, like being talked about and discussed, whether it be for like his place in culture or like what he's currently doing or like going against Jewish people. You know what I mean? Like it's insane. Like he's always seemingly trying to not trying to stay relevant, but remaining ever so somewhat relevant at all times. You know, and sometimes it gets annoying. Sometimes I roll my eyes. I'm like, what the hell did Kanye do this time? You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I guess that's what he wants in the end. Like he really does have like this attitude of being like the greatest and like being remembered and being a great, and like yeah, you know what I mean. You got to respect it, and he is like all the shit that he's done and achieved, and like the things that the things that he's been alone. I mean, Yeah, yeah, it's insane. But specifically with Donda, I mean, so let me give you guys a little bit of backstory. The reason I'm talking about Donda right now is because I just saw somebody release, I just saw a music reaction. Uh, uh, I saw a music reaction channel react to Donda, and I was like, oh wow, it's been a while since I re-listened to Donda, but I watched him re-listen to it, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot how good these songs were, specifically the production. Specifically the production, I could that was I don't know what that was. It was not planned. It was not scripted. I don't know what they're doing outside, but yeah, no, that's that. I don't know. That worked too perfectly. That seems like a little bit weird. I don't know. Are you guys gonna start again so I can? I hear you guys scraping metal outside. Are you guys gonna like hammer some tubes or something like that? No. Okay. Cool. No, but specifically, I I saw this music reaction. I saw this music reaction. Are you serious right now? I saw this music channel reaction. I saw this music channel react to the album, and I was like, wow, I forgot how good this was, specifically the production, like I said. And I was like, I gotta give this a re-listen. So like I didn't go through the whole video, but I listened to like the first like 10 minutes of the video, and I was like, this is good. Though then I went to go listen to the album on my own, and I really, really fell in love with it again. Like I can't believe that I didn't appreciate it for what it was. And like the, what also kind of got me to re-listen to the album is my friend posted on his Instagram story, "New Again," the song "Off Donda," which initially had I think Chris Brown on it, but like his vocals got removed later. I think for controversy. I think Kanye did that a lot. Like he like took out like vocals and like made last minute edits and stuff like that to the album. He was like editing it up until like it was released. You know what I mean? It was a lot of like fixing and the rollout for it was insane. Like you didn't know what was like real kind of and what wasn't, and like what was like a part of shit and what was like I think improv and like freestyling. Like he did like a live stream where he just like live streamed a room for like a few days or like a few hours or something like that. Like it was insane. Like he was living in like a soccer stadium. um yeah, yeah, and then that contributes to the album too because like he has lines like they're playing soccer in my backyard. I think I see Messi on Hurricane, and that's like an insane reference to just like the way he's living like right now. Like he lived in a soccer stadium, I think, where he like ended up performing and doing like listening parties and stuff. So like I think he did them in there. I think he did listening parties in there. Regardless, the album basically was very like grandiose, and a lot of albums sounded pretty similar. A lot of people wanted to do like a very vulnerable, a very open, a sort of. I mean, like this isn't saying that Kanye like inspired Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers or whatever. Like no, not at all. Like but very much so like people were doing more personal, not necessarily introspective, but definitely more like personal and transparent albums. Yeah, and a lot of albums sounded like not sounded like Donda, but sounded like they were trying to achieve something very similar to Donda, where they were just like being very open about stuff and like just describing or sort of trying to illustrate a sort of sense of self-acknowledgement in a way, you know what I mean? Like a lot of albums seem to just get into the understanding of self and like acknowledge like a ton of problems and stuff, which Kanye massively did on Donda. I guess I kind of really haven't talked about the album itself. Like I mean, so the album initially dropped, I want to say, with 12 song or 27 songs. Yeah, 27. No, it was 28 songs. It dropped with I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. The order. I'm pretty sure it dropped with like 27 songs, and so yeah, it initially dropped with 27 songs, and then Kanye made some edits, and then he also added a bunch of part twos, and then he also added later on a couple other songs. So like the original album is what I'm gonna be talking about. Actually, kind of the deluxe because there's some songs in there and like part twos that I liked, but um for the most part, the original album that he dropped, and it's mostly the same songs. I think after he dropped it, a week or so later, he changed the order of the songs and stuff to make it make a little bit more sense and have like the sort of the harder hitting ones in the beginning. And yeah, I was a big fan of like the pacing of the entire album. I love the order that the songs came in, and like I mean, from the beginning, I was like absolutely hooked. I was saying that like my friend has New Again as his Instagram note, and that also reminded me to like check out the album. But uh, another reason I wanted to check out the album was because I when I listened to that music reaction channel, listened to the first track because like that was like it's the first song, obviously. I heard that girl go like "Donda, Donda," and it was like that scene in Ratatouille with the critic where like it zoomed into his eye and he got flashback to when he was a kid. Uh, it took me back to 2021, late or like late 2021, early 2022, listening to Donda, and um, it's because like the first track off of Donda is Donda Chant, and that's just Selena Johnson. I want to say. I don't want to. I mean, I could get this wrong, but yeah, Selena Johnson. I think she does All Falls Down as well. I think she did. I think she. Um, yeah. Selena Johnson does the Donda chant, and I didn't download that song. I didn't have it added when I downloaded all the songs off Donda for my Apple Music. So listening to that for the first time really shook me and brought me back to 2021 because that was probably the last time I heard that because there was no reason to listen to like a chant for like 40 seconds. You know what I mean? It's not currently my cup of tea. You know, sometimes I'm in the mood to, listen to some monotonous stuff, but in general, I'm not. So, but so I listened to that, and it really did bring me to 2022 because I was like, wow, that's probably the last time I heard that song. And it's not necessarily like that for a lot of songs. Like if I listen to Unwritten, by Natasha Bedingfield, like the last time I heard that was like in a party not too long ago. I'm not gonna get transported to that party. I'm gonna just have a good time. Or like even when I listen to like The Nights by Avicii, which is a song that I resonate very much so with like my elementary school days and even maybe early middle school days. I don't get transported to those times. I kind of do actually. I think of those times a lot, but it's not like as direct of a transportation as listening to Donda chant. Like I literally was in my living room in the dark in 2022, like contemplating what I'm gonna do for college. You know what I mean? Like it really brought me back to that time, and it kind of scared me. You know what I mean? And the same friend that posted New Again on their story, he listened to Donda as well, so we were talking about it. Big ups East Side, and he was like, no, nowhere you were actually transported to like, like back then, like you're dragging it, and I was like, no, like I literally, I swear, I'm not like you know what I mean, like it was insane. It was like a really good feeling, you know what I mean. It was a bittersweet feeling because I was like, oh, I'm not. Like I'm not that same person anymore. Like so much time has passed, but also at the same time, like not much has changed. And so like yeah, I don't know, things are so similar day by day, but then you look back and it's all different, that sort of quote. And yeah, I mean that was like the biggest like indicator of that ever. I just was like, I can't believe it literally has been like 5 years since this album came out. And I remember what I did 2021 and 2022 while this album was like in rotation heavily and stuff. And I remember in 2022 the albums that came out, and like it's crazy to think that next year those will be 5 years old and stuff. And when like albums specifically like Her Loss and um oh my gosh, what is the Joji album? Smithereens. Those two came out on the same night. I remember listening to those, actually calling like a fling I had at the time. But I remember listening to that with somebody and then just talking about the songs and being like, what track are you on? And I remember it so much, man. I remember I remember everything so much. But I have an awful memory. Don't do that. Don't try to test me on anything. I don't remember anything. I don't remember what I ate. I don't remember what my name is. Who are you? What are we doing here? What was I talking about? Um, Donda was a staple. Like, I mean, like a screenshot of time. I mean, again, like albums seemingly wanted to follow or like shadow its effects. You know what I mean? Like they wanted to have the same results and like audience reception that it had, and like you can't blame it. You had songs like Hurricane that combined the absolute star power of Lil Baby when he was like super hungry, and The Weeknd, like I don't want to say in his prime because he's like always getting like better and more popular type shit, but like when he was like really exponentially getting popular, I mean, he got them both on a song, and like I remember like almost tearing up hearing them back to back. I was like, no way. I remember seeing Sean C react to it and like him going crazy, and being like, yeah, yeah, that's appropriate. That is very much so appropriate. The production on all the songs are insane. The vulnerability is just through the roof. And something that I really realized throughout the whole album is that Kanye really just brought the most out of everybody. From Conway the Machine to Benny the Butcher, West Side Gun, from from all of Griselda to even uh, Don Tolliver, not Trav, well, Travis Scott's an album too, I think. But I was thinking of Scott Muscuddy. I was thinking of Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi, like oh my gosh, 070 Shake I think is on. Oh my, everyone does their thing so well on this album, and I think like it's really easy to mess up, especially like when you're naming like a whole album after your mother. Like Kanye West loves his mom, notorious mama's boy. I remember how broken and shook up he was when his mom passed, and he never fails to talk about how important he was to her to his life. So like it was really easy for him to mess up and release like a bunch of bullshit just under the name of his mom, thinking that it was like something she would have wanted to hear or something. And maybe if that's in his heart what he believes she really wanted, then that's for him to decide. But it really was an insane moment to have songs like like let me go back to them because like I can't. I have so many songs like in my head, man. Um, well, first of all, let me talk about like after Dawn the Chant, the first song that comes that you hear on the album is Jail. And it's such a like a grand entrance sort of thing with like killer guitar and just like so much empty space, and it feels like you're entering an arena in a way. And I mentioned that because I had never heard a Kanye West album before. This actually was my first Kanye West album, like that I heard like that he like that I listened to like live, like when he dropped, because I had listened to I think Yay, which is my favorite Kanye album of all time, but I listened to Yay and I listened to I want to say Life of Pablo. Oh my gosh, what else? Oh my god, I'm forgetting. I'm for my beautiful dark twisted fantasy, and I think Kids See Ghosts. I also was listening to. I didn't do Jesus is King and stuff. I definitely did like the trilogy, the first three. Okay, whatever. I had listened to Kanye West albums before, but I had never been present for like the release of an album, is what I'm saying. And so this is my first Kanye West album that I was like there to see drop, and I was like there when he was like, I'm gonna drop it this day, and I was there when people were like talking about like, oh, this album is never gonna come out, or like, oh, the listening party, like the songs didn't feel finished, and so like there was a lot of talk about the album, and I was like, oh my god, like I can't believe I'm gonna see this live. So uh after the first song, Donda Chant, you get hit with these like two strums of guitar and just like empty space, and it's so grand. It's so like I want to say like ominous, but like it's like almost like looming. It's like it's like impending something, not even doom, just impending the coming of something. Hey yo, but it's important because like it even sounded like oh shit it's here, like the giant has just stepped in the arena. It sounded like this, oh shit we're really here, we're about to get started, and you're already like immersed into the album. Honestly, I was already brought into the album as soon as those dun 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 dun. I got scared. I was like, it's just me and the album now. I just have to tackle this face on David versus Goliath style. and then Jay-Z comes on and just kills a verse, makes references to a bunch of Yeezy tracks, and then you really are in a place where like, okay, Kanye's fucking back. You know what I mean? Like Kanye's really doing his stuff right now. He's really gonna rap like he never rapped before. He's okay, maybe not that, but he's really gonna like bring out like the best in artists. Like not only were artists were like vulnerable and did he censor like the curses and them, but it seems like he just got them all to really do what they do best. Like Roddy Rich on Pure Soul is just absolutely the catchiest of lines, of like the most earwormiest earworm of cadences and flows. And yeah, that's like my go-to karaoke song. King Kunta and Pure Soul is like whenever I'm at work and want to just get on the mic and just like walk around and sing until like I get tired, like until I'm out of breath like a fat little boy, you know what I mean? That's what I do. And like Kanye, I mean, Kanye just has a way of like, obviously he's a producer, so he can make like a great track, but also similar to Tyler the Creator, he just finds a way to plug people into like the most perfect positions and just like have them do what they do best in a track where it requires them to do what they need to do best. Like for example, Moon, which is probably one of my favorite songs on the album, which has Kid Cudi and Don Toliver. Yeah. Um, I mean, first of all, it's a beautiful message. It's a beautiful, like, sad message about like the moon leaving and stuff, and uh, but like I resonated a lot with uh. Well, I guess I don't have to go too deep into the information. I kind of don't want to get that vulnerable with you guys right now. But there's a specific moment, like in the chorus, where like um, Kid Cudi is just humming in the background over Don Toliver's vocals, and it's like maybe like a guitar reverberated in the background or echoing in the background, and that's it. And it's just so effective. It's simple, it's effective, it works, and like Kanye kind of realized the song doesn't need anything more than that, and everything that is in it works well together, both on its own and as like this conglomerate of like talent and passion. And yeah, again, Tyler the Creator is also another artist that can do that. Like I remember Call Me If You Get Lost having like a ton of fantastic features, specifically NBA Youngboy on oh my gosh, what the hell was the song called? Oh, you look malnourished. I'll be a hand that was you could be tourist. Um, Grooving Me Dance. I'm in a fan. I guess you how you can really exfoliate skin. If you got a man, we should cut it off. Oh my gosh, I don't know what the song is called. Um, What's Your Name? That's what it's called. Oh my god, I was thinking of the whole song going through it. What's Your Name? He brought out NBA YoungBoy, and I remember how insane people thought that were what. I remember how insane people thought it was that NBA YoungBoy got a feature on the Tyler the Creator song, and all of a sudden he's like absolutely killing it. It was like, "What is your name? What do you bring? I think that I got what you need. No one to do anything that you please." Like he's so good, bro. Like he genuinely just killed it, and I think like specifically Chromacopia also like I mean, first of all, killer album, sick concept, but like the features he has on that, I'm thinking of Sticky specifically, but like also Schoolboy Q on Ratata, right? Yeah. Uh Kyler just knows when to place people and knows what people do best. Being a music fan in general, I mean, so is Kanye. Like whenever you're just a fan of just music, obviously it seems like I mean, it seems apparent that you can just place people where they sort of work best, and that's what I appreciated probably the most in Donda. Like, it sounds fucking fantastic. It definitely transports me to a time in my life where like that was the main soundtrack, and a lot of people were listening to the same thing. I remember Hurricane being super popular on TikTok, and um, yeah, it just like whenever I hear a song off that, it really brings me back to that time, and music is super powerful in that way. I think there's a lot of songs that bring me back to certain memories. I think I talked about Pink Panthers' album, To Hell With It, and specifically, I Must Apologize and Pain, like both, or and 19 or 18, whatever song that is. Both, like all of the songs really. I Must Apologize and stuff like that. All the songs really brought me back to my college days, specifically the college library and like study rooms rooms that I would go into and just like stall time and shit. Like music is super super powerful. It can bring you to a time. It can bring you to a time in your life. It can bring you to experiences. It can bring you to smells, touch, like it can make you see and then like get visions of things you didn't remember you had and stuff like that, smells that you forgot you had smelled before, maybe even a taste, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I remember grandma would always play um I remember grandma would always play Elvis around the crib when she would make cookies. And now, whenever, I hear Elvis, I think of butterscotch cookies. Like, that sort of world of connections and connotations and associations. But yeah, I'm super lucky to uh, have already these connections with albums as young as I am. You know what I mean? I'm only 24 and I'm already being like, I remember when that album dropped. I was, hearing stuff, and people were doing that, since like college as well, being like, I remember when that album came out in high school. It's like, bro, you mean last year? you know? But yeah, Donda, please give it a re-listen if you haven't. I don't support like all of Kanye's views, even though he like apologized and stuff. I don't know how fucking crazy he is. As somebody who goes through episodes of like shit they really don't mean, or they maybe meant to express in a different way, I can kind of understand them. The lighting just went super dark. I think that's my fucking cue to leave. But yo, Weather's saying shut your ass up, boy, and I get it. I've been talking like, oh damn, what has it been, like 30 minutes now? 25, 26. Okay. But I really just wanted to vent about Kanye West's album Donda. I do really enjoy it. I mean, Young Thug on Remote Control was insane. Like, I didn't realize how insane Young Thug is. Like, how, I mean, I know how great Young Thug is as an artist, but oh my god, he's such a genius. He's such a genius. And let me end this by saying, oh, believe what I say, such a funky track sample. Lauren Hill on that. Are you kidding me? Junior Wants to Now Be so lit. Keep My Spirit Alive. I forget who's on that. Keep My Spirit. West Side Gun is on that. Fucking killed it. I think 070 Shake is on the hook on that as well. Insane. The Television song was very funny. It's R.I.P. Pop Smoke. It's insane that they dropped that track though. Like, it's like, why would they do that? I already talked about Pure Souls, but let me end it with saying, Off the Grid was insane too. I mean, can you believe Fabio Foreign rap for that long? That was, I mean, everyone was talking about that. They were like, people knew Fabio already because of shitting, farting, pooping, farting, or whatever. Like, that was super like funny and popular for a bit. It was a fun lyric in the zeitgeist. But then he just came and rapped his ass off on Off the Grid, and people were like, "Oh my god!" Like, I know Fabio's crazy, but who is this Fabio Foreign guy? Like, it's insane. Really brought respect to like that sort of sound. That honestly was a better like Pop Smoke, the like you know what I mean, homage than Television, but whatever. Okay, actually, though, I want to end it by talking about Come to Life and 24. Two insanely emotional and piano driven sort of ballad. Um, like 24 specifically. Well, first of all, I'm 24, but it was a Kobe tribute, and you can definitely hear it. It's very so gospely, very choir, very much so like a passing song, like a mourning, not honestly not that sad though. It's more so of a celebrational, um somber hymn. Like that's really the vibe that 24 gave off. And yeah, it was just like talking about like the death of Kobe and nobody being like ready to go and stuff in general, like to broaden the message, not just like Kobe dying, but just like anybody like passing on and not being ready to go and stuff. Insane stuff, like really emotional stuff. And then Come to Life. I mean, the piano solo at the end, and like just some of the lyrics that Kanye has out, like um Uncle Right Back in the Pen, 3, 2, 1, your pen. Um, should have wrote it down in pen. Maybe it'll come to life and stuff like that. Like, just like really bittersweet, kind of hopeful messages of just like how sort of bad life is and how things will sort of get better. And um, I mean, the piano solo just, and oh my gosh, the piano solo, it is so beautiful. Kanye transitioned from like a song to like an insane piano solo, and it was just the most miraculous piece of like media I'd ever heard. Like, I mean, Kanye just has a way of putting, like, I mean, not just catchy music out, but just then like seemingly like, I don't even want to say a gem in the rough because all of his stuff is like great, but one really, really fucking out of this world beautiful piece. Like he did it with um um uh New Slaves, like at the end with the freaking Frank Ocean part at the sample with the sample. Like it was so beautiful. And then he did the same thing with Come to Life with just that piano. Like, not to say that the rest of the song wasn't great. Like on the contrary, it was fantastic. But I mean, just the bar that he set with that like piano, like how beautiful it sounded, like a resurrection, like a second chance, like a just like a look back on life and just everything you've achieved. I mean, oh my gosh, please listen to Donda. I can't talk about it enough. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that, whatever. Like, just listen to the album. Gosh.